Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, everyone. Welcome to Epic Fail, episode 171. Tonight we are doing our Blizzcon prediction recap, review, results, whatever word Azeroth Roundtable didn't use, I guess. With me tonight, once again, is not Galv. He did offer to be here, but I told him to sit out. I benched him, because he ended up needing the night off anyway. So that it ended up working out. But he was supposed to be here. But then he said no. But I do have, once again, special guests, Wicked and Allie, from 2 weeks ago when we did our actual prediction shows. That was fun. How have you guys been? That's what I want to know.
Good. Great. Living the dream.
I heard...
You actually got to go to Blizzcon, Wicked. I did. I absolutely did.
And she came back sick and with a sore throat and...
I'm not sick. It's just the sniffles. Don't jinx me. Just have a little... she sniffles.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with you, Wicked. What was your favorite part of BlizzCon? Don't say the people, because that's the gimme answer.
Personally, like, the best part for me? Well, let's see. It would have to be the people. No, there was, you mean part of BlizzCon itself, or something that happened while in California for BlizzCon?
I guess either or, depending. I mean, you were the only one of the three of us that were actually there, so...
Yeah, well, let's see. I loved all the Heroes of the Storm stuff, but one of the nights I ended up on a sidewalk with Bo and John talking to Kyle Dates about Orphea. He's the game designer. He designed her, and just standing there for I think we were there for 30 minutes just talking about the game and her and all of it. That was a really great moment for me, and it was, not part of the show, but that's awesome. That was incredible. Yeah.
I had a very similar moment back in 2015 for day 2 before the doors opened. It wasn't Ben Brode, it was one of the other guys who was in charge of Hearthstone actually at the time, was coming up. And I'm not saying that my idea got put into the game because of me, but it got put into the game almost word for word what I had said. 3 months later.
Which idea is this?
At this point, it's been 3 years. I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look.
You should be proud of that moment. You should.
I'm
just saying, remember it with pride.
I
remember the moment very well.
I don't remember the idea itself. I do know that I mentioned it on the show back when it happened, when I came back and we had the show. I remember that. But
so everyone go back 3 years and listen for that moment.
Yeah.
Do it now. Right now.
No, well, I mean, wait an hour or so.
after this.
Yeah. What about you, Allie? I mean, you weren't there, so you have to go by what actually happened. So.
Yeah. I
Well, I liked a lot of things. I can go on and on and on. One of the highlights was obviously, things like Chris Metzen. I thought the handing of the baton to Brack was awesome. I was hoping for that, and I got it, which is great. And I really liked pretty much anything Darren DePaul did. He was a fantastic host for Community Night. He breathed so much life and energy and joy into any panel he was involved in or moderated or whatever. And he needs to be back like every year.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely tweeted out like as soon as Community Night was over, can we have him back next year?
Yeah, fantastic.
Yeah, he was definitely one of my highlights too.
Yeah. That and the voice panels, like all the voice actor panels, like I think they were really well done this year. And I watched the Overwatch one and it was great, but like I loved the WoW one, and Daughter of the Sea live was just phenomenal.
Yeah,
I can go on and on.
Despite some people's mixed reviews of certain things at BlizzCon, overall, there was a few things that I thought were really good. Darren DePaul, obviously. I wish they'd go back to last year's format versus this year's for Community Night.
I agree. That was kind of lacking.
Yeah, I want, because I don't cosplay, but if I did, I would have put in a whole lot of hours, and I wouldn't have even gotten to walk the stage.
Yeah,
that's all I wanted for them, for those particular group of people. Is just let them walk the stage, even if they're not, going to win. Just let them walk by and all that. It's not. I don't know. Maybe there is a reason for it. But other than that, the format overall, all the different panels that we got to watch, I've seen almost all of them at this point. Some of them more than once due to tonight's show. I was like, does this count? So, yeah, there's that. That was my biggest complaint, honestly. Other than Train, I didn't watch Train at all. I watched about 10, 15 minutes of Hodor doing his DJ thing. And then I watched pretty much all of Lindsay Sterling.
Yeah.
At the time. Which I thought was funny that she had I don't want to say the smallest stage, but she was definitely...
She had the hero stage.
She was definitely the main attraction when it came to the concert. I was like, you could have probably switched her and Train, and the crowds would have probably looked kind of the same. There would have been more room for her. I think that's what they needed to do, because it was just... Some people like Train. That's fine.
No.
I know that there are some people out there. I've actually seen people say I like that particular band.
I'm literally telling you this as somebody who actually likes one or two of their songs. No, that's not true. Nobody likes them.
Yeah, they gave the impression that it was a paycheck for them, is what I understand. Like they didn't care that they were there. I don't know. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. It seemed like both the crowd. Well, the crowd was obviously confused as to why they were there, but it just seemed like, from what I was talking to some people, the band seemed like they were confused why they were there. So I don't know, but yeah, Lindsay Sterling was definitely the main attraction, whether she was on the main stage for it or not.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, other than Community Night's format, like Community Night as a whole was great. Just the format.
You're right, though. The format needed to be... You need a combination of Darren DePaul and last year's format where everyone got at least a chance to walk across the stage.
Yeah. Other than that, the actual Q&A panels, and I sent a tweet out to this, and the person who was in charge of BlizzCon this year, I don't remember that lady's name, because I'm terrible at names. I'm lucky I remember mine half the time.
What is yours?
This must be the other half. But anyway, she actually liked my tweet, and I'm like, eee! So I'm hoping maybe panels will be like an extra half hour longer for the quick Q&As, because there was a lot of people in the WoW Q&A that didn't get answered. Some of the Q&As probably shouldn't have happened. We'll just go there and leave it there. But that was more of a, you can't know that ahead of time unless you're thinking ahead, I guess. I don't know. That's a whole other thing.
That one guy was just unbelievable at the Warcraft panel. He just, he like pissed me off.
The one that was there forever? Yeah.
Like an hour and a half. Like, you just took away, like, I think they said it was like 3 questions that he took away from people. And mind you, like, they always get more than enough. So there's always like a few people at the end who don't get their questions answered. That's just the way that it is, because they need enough people to fill the time. But that was kind of crappy.
Yeah. That being said, there was a guy earlier on that did take quite a bit of time also.
Yeah.
But he gets a special pass.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah.
Who was that? I'm sorry. I must have missed.
That was okay, Roe was first.
Roe.
Reckles.
Who came after Roe?
Reckles was third. Well, he was supposed to be second.
I don't know.
He had a beard. I don't remember.
Apparently
they didn't know who he was. I don't know.
Oh my god, yeah. I think he snuck into the con, actually. Yeah, that's why Randy took him away afterwards. You could see.
Yes, that's why.
Grabbed him.
Do you have a ticket, sir? This doesn't match your ID. No, Chris Metzen was there. Chris Metzen was there, so that was...
I like how you announce it. If you don't know this, I don't know why you're here right now.
Yeah, pretty much. So that was
I have to say that, like, Scott Johnson did a great job leading that panel. That was really exciting to watch.
He did fantastic.
Yeah.
He did what pretty much no other Q&A person has done, and that's just let it happen.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much, I mean, he was up there. He's like, okay, next question. Every now and then he'd toss in a follow-up that, he had prepared or whatever. And all. So I thought he did fine.
It was very natural.
Yeah, some people didn't care for it, and I'm just like...
It was great.
Yeah, I was like, whatever. But, yeah, there is definitely some interesting parts to it. I know, Wicked, you mentioned pre-show through Discord that there were some things you were going to bring up, whether I wanted to talk about them or not. I'm sure we'll get there.
I'm sorry, what was the title of the show? Or what did you call it?
I have no idea.
Was it when the Twitch alert came live? Oh yeah.
Man.
Your Twitch alert. What does the Twitch alert say?
I don't know, I'm not on that tab. I got other things to deal with. But
I'm a busy man. I can't be keeping track of things that I've typed.
I typed that 3.5 days ago. Either
Really?
Yeah, I don't know I know what it says, but yeah.
So like, I don't know if either of you heard about this, but like apparently there was some kind of hubbub about some sort of mobile game for
whatever could that be. I haven't heard of this at all.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it Hearthstone? Are they canceling it finally because no one plays it?
No,
Ooh.
Those Hearthstone people are vicious.
They'll take you out.
Yeah, they will.
With their cards. They'll start like chucking cards at you.
They'll slice
Gambit style.
Well, they're digital cards, so I'm safe.
Yeah, okay. Digital. Anyway. Yeah, I think somebody called it, what was it, vitriolic, the way that they were going after that announcement in particular and the game and how they didn't want it. And it was, it's all well and fine. Everybody has the right to their opinion. And if you're upset about it, trust me, you have every right. I get it. I see what happened. And I think, who was it on the instance that explained it perfectly? Was it Scott? That he was like, it's like the Christmas thing where, your parents tell you you're getting the bike for Christmas, but then like a couple weeks before they're like, you're not getting the bike. So, something about your expectations, like whatever he said, it was like perfect. But, I get that, but just the reaction was a little ugly online. Yeah. At the con, it wasn't like that. People tried the game out.
After other people booed.
There were booings in different areas. I was at the hero stage, so I don't know. Like, I didn't hear any booing at the hero stage, but I know people in like the main, what do you call it? The the mythic stage? Yeah, at the mythic stage, they might have heard different stuff, and obviously, I don't even know if Diablo had a stage, so I don't know where those people were. But
they were the mythic stage.
They're mythic.
They were mythic. Yeah. I don't. Yeah, people booed for a lot of stuff. I think they booed more for the Destiny thing, but that was neither here nor there.
Okay, so I'm going to touch on the Destiny thing real quick. I didn't see anything during the convention itself. Like, once opening ceremony started, I saw nothing at all anywhere Destiny related. The only time I even saw it mentioned was on the stream pre-show, where they're like, hey, we got something for you. Log into your Battle.net, claim it, you get a game for free. That was it. You can get stuff, at discount price after that. And I was like, okay, I'll claim the game, but I'm not going to play it because I'm terrible at shooters. The only reason I play Overwatch is because I get free reloads. Like, I can
You're going to say refills.
I was going to say refills. But
it works.
It's the same thing, pretty much. So, I mean, I don't run out of ammo. Yeah, you got to reload, but you reload. You don't run out of ammo ever. With Destiny, like, I tried the beta. I couldn't get out of the first level because I ran out of ammo. So I'm like, I'm not going to play this because I'm going to run out of ammo, but I'll take the free game, thanks.
Yeah, like I haven't played it in a while, but it's free. And it's worth at least going in and checking out, and they didn't have to do that. I think it's just, there are some people who are still so upset that Destiny and Call of Duty are even on the launcher that any mention at BlizzCon of those two games was going to bring negativity.
Yeah, but I didn't want to see Call of Duty. I knew it was a matter of time. I was really hoping to be wrong on that. Destiny, okay, fine, whatever. But it wasn't at the convention itself. Well, yeah, it was, but it wasn't during the convention itself. It was on the pre-show, and that was it. And it was free. As long as it stays outside of opening ceremony, closing ceremony, as long as it's outside of that, talk them up all you want. I don't care. During the time frame of opening ceremonies to the end of the concerts, no mention at all, we're good.
Yeah, considering, they do have to somewhat hype up their, what is it, brotherhood, sisterhood kind of thing.
Yeah, Battle.net, basically, but yeah.
Yeah. They just... Yeah. I didn't get it, but then I know, I haven't been, like, with Blizzard since the beginning of time, and...
Yeah, I understand people's thoughts on it. They don't want it there, period. And I understand the point of view. My point of view is more of it wasn't during the convention itself, it was during the pre-show. It didn't affect anything. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's my point of view on it. As to the aforementioned drama of the convention, I was not happy with what got announced, but I was not rage-induced monkey throwing his own poo on everything either.
That's quite the description.
Well, that's what I'm describing a lot of these people as. I don't understand the of it. I understand being upset. I understand being disappointed. We know other stuff is coming. So we didn't get it this year. Just wait another year. I very rarely make actual bets. I would bet right now we're going to get some kind of a Diablo 4 reveal. Even if there's no demo on the floor, we're going to get it next year. 100%.
Oh, yeah. I have this theory. I know there were some articles that are saying, they were talking about, they were going to announce Diablo 4, and then they came back and said, no, we weren't. I still think that they were going to announce something. Maybe Diablo 4, maybe not. If you look at the schedule, there was a little bit of space, and it does make sense, the frustration about the big Mythic stage announcement is a mobile game in front of PC gamers, and I get that frustration. And it does feel like there was supposed to be something else being announced with that. I get the feeling that towards the end of their BlizzCon planning, they pulled it for whatever reason that might be, because they've learned their lessons from the past about not talking about games they're not ready to talk about, because they've done it before, and those games got scrapped and they screwed themselves. So I think, just my own theory, Blizzard has something planned. That game is not quite ready to be talked about yet, and so they had to focus their hype on the mobile gaming, which may not have been the best timing for that announcement, but it did not deserve that toxicity. Yeah. Not every game is going to fit every person. So to be that worked up about, I understand being frustrated, but that worked up, that's intense and a little uncalled for.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Bethesda not too long ago was doing some mobile game, and then they just literally threw in a landscape of another game. They didn't say what it was, and you just about 30 seconds, and all of a sudden, Elder Scrolls 6 was on screen. No one cared about the mobile game anymore. They were like, "We don't know when, but this is coming." That's amazing. That if they would have done the same thing for Diablo 4. That would have held people off for at least a year, probably longer. I don't know. But my issue is more, and it was more so at the time, it was not a last thing at BlizzCon reveal.
No.
It was then I thought about it. I was like, well, okay, I can see why they would think this would do well. People would like this. Hearthstone. People loved it when they announced Hearthstone was going mobile. Also, that also didn't get revealed at BlizzCon. That was just a random through the year thing. So,
wasn't it one of the PAXs?
I couldn't even tell you at this point. I stopped caring about Hearthstone about.
Okay, we get it, dude. Relax.
Yeah, but. Yeah, we know D4 is coming. We know there's more D3 stuff, probably another class. We know that's coming because they've confirmed that already. But, it is what it is. Mobile games are not for me. Will I try this game? If it's free, maybe try it, but I don't want to... I'll probably try for 5-10 minutes and be like, I'm done. Like, I don't care enough about it to play it.
And I agree with Allie that there's something else that they were working on. They pushed it back, that makes perfect sense. And I think it just didn't, things just worked out in such a way to make it, because they were going to do that and they were going to talk about the mobile, and it was just going to be like this little thing on the side. And since they're not doing the bigger thing, it turned into everyone was hyped, expecting something, and it wasn't close to their expectations, and it just made it a bigger issue. I don't think they did it intentionally, and if they had, I don't think they could have had the forethought for that. Maybe they could have, but I think it was just one of those things that all the things had to align to make it just such a bad moment right there.
Yeah, and that's not entirely on their end. They could have probably managed the expectations a little earlier by not hyping up, hey, we've got stuff at BlizzCon in August. And
not everyone even saw that notice that they told people to chill out about their expectations.
Yeah, but they started hyping like July, August area, and then it just, people had that long to like, oh God, what is it? What is it? What is it? And then by the time they did their little damage control blog that not everyone saw, it was already too late. People were expecting the freaking moon to land and be like, hi guys. I mean, if it was anything less than exactly what they wanted, people were going to be ticked because, and it's not Blizzard's fault entirely. Partially, yes, but not entirely. A lot of it falls on our end too, where it's like, not necessarily like podcasters and that, just people in general, fans, where we need to like rein in our expectations a lot too. Like they even told us, hey, we got stuff. It's not what you're thinking. And then even then, I still predicted freaking Diablo 4. I was like, I think they're going to give it to us anyway.
Yeah.
Or
you weren't the only one.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So, I was part of our side problem, and but I also didn't react like, kill everybody kind of thing.
You were a monkey flinging your poo at your screen?
No, I was not a raging monkey flinging my own poo.
And that's the thing. Like, that's what the problem is. It's not the problem that, like, you don't like what they did. That's fine. It's how you react to the situation. That is what, that's what the problem is.
Yeah,
fine if you don't want to play the mobile.
I got into so many Twitter arguments back and forth this week. And I was defending Diablo on mobile, even though I hate the idea of it. I'm like, one, they're going to make a ton of cash on it, whether you like it or not, because mobile makes cash. There are going to be some sort of microtransaction. Will it be pay to win? I hope not. Because if it ends up being pay to win, I'm not even going to download it, because I'm not going to download it right away anyway.
I think Blizzard's smarter than that.
I hope they are, but
hopefully.
You never really know sometimes with people in general. Sometimes money is like, ooh, money. And no one's immune to that, sadly. But I was defending it left and right, telling people, like, at the con itself, everyone I've talked to via Twitter and Discord and all that said, once you play it, you actually think it's a really good game.
Yeah, tons of people were enjoying it.
And then
oh my god, yeah.
And then they were like bringing up the YouTube, like 400,000 people don't like it. I was like, there wasn't 400,000 people there. So all these people are hating it because A, it's the in thing to hate. It's the current Nickelback.
Shade.
Or they're just trolling because they can. Or they're he who will not be named, who apparently hates WoW but continues to play it anyway. I won't name his name ever, so there's that. But, I mean, it's just one of those things. It's the in thing to hate things, so we're going to bomb the crap out of it. And then there was an issue with things going down, coming back up. Blizzard was supposedly removing negative comments. No, they weren't. There's an issue. There's a known issue with YouTube itself. It's been happening forever. It just so happened that one had the freaking attention on it. So, there's that. That's my thoughts on Diablo. Not for me. I might try it. I might not. I don't know yet. Something else is coming later. That's all that matters. Just chill out, people. It's gonna be okay, I promise. You're not entitled to anything.
Go ahead. Sorry. I was gonna say, I will say, as someone who played it, it is fantastic. It's beautiful. The controls are just sweet. And I'm not somebody, I don't even think I'd play this, but I started to think about, that Diablo came out on the Switch and how everyone's like, oh, this is so great and so nice, but I'll never have the money to afford a Switch to play Diablo on. But I have a phone, so I'm probably going to get it on mobile anyway and just try it out. I mean, even if there are microtransactions, I'm a gamer. I've been playing on mobile for a really long time. I know how to play a game without, going for that, paying for a bunch of stuff. How long did I play Hearthstone before I even paid for anything? I used all gold. It's just, it is what it is. Anyway, but it's a really great game. I recommend everyone try it before you, put the nail in the coffin.
Speaking of coffins, we should probably get to the prediction results.
Smooth.
Because I know Wicked was like, can we keep the show short-ish? Because I don't feel good. So we will be moving into the prediction part. So, this is what I did. For every correct answer was 1 point. For every kind of correct-ish answer was half a point. And no points if you were just wrong. For every category. And like during opening ceremonies, if it happened at all, I counted it. Like it was, if it happened, it got mostly credit. So there was a very clear winner, and 2 close second and third places.
I call hacks.
Yeah. I'm just gonna. Before we even start this, I'm just gonna point out that even though this is a ripoff of another show, like nobody was just the the judge, the person doing the whole thing that wasn't part of it. So just want to put that out there that you did all the.
I took care of all of it. However, I did go through, and Allie will back me on this. I went through and talked to her about it several times.
You did.
You were at the convention, so I couldn't. I verified. Does this make sense?
It was fair. I still call hacks. I think he has some kind of magical powers or something that he was like knowing what was going to happen. But
if I knew it was going to happen, I wouldn't have called Diablo 4.
Yeah, true.
I think we're not. You and I are. We're not. I mean, like, do you do this on a regular basis? Do you try to figure out what the surprises are? Because I'll say I'm one of those people that I just let it happen. I'm not trying to figure out, like, oh my God, what could it be? Like, figure it out. I'm going to go read a whole book and, like, I'm just not that kind of person. I'll just let it wash over me.
Okay, so the way my brain works, before we get into the actual prediction part.
3 hours later.
For this particular type thing. So that way it's not a 3-hour thing, it's more of a 30-second. The way my brain works is I see what's happening. I see what is coming next that we know about. And then I make guesses on what's going to happen beyond that. And usually logic will dictate what it's going to be. Like, say, Korea is going to win most esports, if not everything. That's just a general statement of the past. It's not a statement on the current, but, there's that. So anyway, we're going to go into the prediction part. We started with the opening ceremonies, and I did not do an actual timing of the keynote because I know he went off stage during videos and stuff like that, so I did not have an 100% accurate time of how long he was going to be on or off stage. Morheim showed up, handed off to J. Allen Brack, who then did the actual keynote. So, I should probably mention before we get too far, instead of points, I'm calling them grapes. And John Jagger will know why. And if you don't understand that reference, go back a while and watch certain episodes of Azeroth Roundtable. Because
again, we're totally not copying
the
them
episode
at all. No.
Yeah.
I only half understand that.
Yeah. It's just a running gag. So anyway, okay, so Morheim was out there, and he handed off to J. Allen Brack. Morheim was actually out there for 3 minutes, give or take a few seconds. So, technically speaking, Allie, you were perfect on that. He did hand off, so you got points. Woo. I said 3-minute video to Morheim, and it was just him on stage, but since I was watching the virtual ticket, I gave myself kind of a half a point.
Because he was on stage?
He was on stage. I was watching a video, so it's kind of a half a point.
Oh, jeez.
And then J. Allen Brack showed up, and it was between approximately 12 and 13 minutes of actual on-stage time because of videos and stuff like that. I couldn't give you a 100% estimate without knowing how long he was actually on stage.
Right.
So I gave everyone credit for that one because it was only fair because we were all between 12 and 13.
Yeah.
And then they did go through and state some numbers again, such as the Mercy skin, how much it raised and stuff like that. So Allie, I gave you full credit for everything you had, all 3. So you got 3 grapes.
3 grapes.
Okay,
delicious,
so
delicious grapes.
Here's I'm gonna just one thing because like the so like by okay, so the rules being what they are, that means that if you guessed more things and were more likely to get those things right, then you get more points. Whereas if you made a bold prediction and that came true, you'd get just
I did have a certain couple things on there that I gave extra points for bold prediction / accuracy.
Because it's
So,
like, you know,
I didn't.
'cause
Those
it's like
weren't.
you could basically have made like a list. Like it could be like, you know, 16 different things, and then like I got 3 of them right, so I get 3 points. Where somebody else only guessed 2 things. They were both, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh, I mean, if you want, I can give her an extra point just for being 100%.
No. She can have her points. I'm never gonna. I would never take away points.
No, I'm not taking.
just
I'm not
saying.
saying taking
I'm
away
just
points.
saying.
I will give her the
Or
extra
give.
point for her being 100%. If you want,
It's not going to really help me anyways, so.
it's up to
thanks.
you. But yeah, I mean,
No. I'm just saying. You know, just like the way. You know.
I didn't do negative points.
I don't.
I didn't want to have to deal with negative.
You're always so positive.
Not according to people I know. Wicked. You had 2 guesses. One was a 13-minute keynote. The other was Metzen on stage. While he was not on stage and he was not during the opening ceremonies, Metzen was there. So I gave you half a point for just calling Metzen.
How could I have ever known Metzen was going to be there?
Well, from what I heard, you actually
Cheated.
didn't know ahead of time. At least that far ahead of time. Whether you knew prior to it happening or not is another story. I have no idea.
You mean him actually being there,
Yeah.
or
Or
the extra stuff?
being on camera on, that, yeah. If you know
Not
anything,
denying anything.
You don't say yes or no. Doesn't matter. As for
I didn't
me,
know that.
so you got 1.5 grapes. I know it sounds weird, but I'm running with this joke.
You just cut a grape in half.
Yeah. I had the 3-minute video to Morheim. I gave myself half a point. Brack, 12.5-minute keynote. I gave myself full. I was really tempted to talk, since Overwatch Lego did get a reveal. It just wasn't a cinematic. I was tempted to give myself points. And then I was like, no, because it was, I guess, the Legos, but it didn't happen the way I thought. So I didn't take any points for that. Diablo Netflix, no mention whatsoever. So I got 1.5
Which
grapes.
surprised me, honestly. I was still
Myself
expecting
too.
some kind of mention. Yeah.
Yep. So I got 1.5 points. So Allie, you kicked the crap out of us. Your point total on this was our point totals combined.
Yes.
So 3,
The only
1.5,
part I did
1.5.
good on.
No, not accurate. Next, I know it was last, but next we're going to do Diablo. This one was really hard for me to pick and choose. Like, I was struggling to figure out anything here. Like, there was a lot of things like, nope, give us all nothing. And then I was like, well, if we just take out one part, it's actually right. So I gave a bunch of kind ofs points.
Half grapes.
Yeah, half grapes. So Wicked, you said D2 remaster and a new Diablo demon game. Well, it wasn't a demon game, but it is a new Diablo game.
And
Well, there's demons in it.
There's demons in it, but it's not based around the demons. You're not playing as a demon. A demon hunter, maybe, but not a demon. I gave you half a point, half a grape.
Thank you. Very generous.
As for myself, there was no mention of the Switch on stage. There was no Netflix, no remasters, of which I said there would probably be 2 of them. I said Diablo 1 on mobile, and then I saved something later, which was a D4, and we never got it. I give myself half a point for saying the word mobile. A mobile Diablo game. Mainly because I did the same thing for Allie, because she said Diablo 1 mobile, and I gave her points for that too. And then she said a teaser for a new game, maybe even a title. I gave her a full point for that because they gave us a new game. So she got 1.5. Once again, Allie, you won Diablo by having triple each of our scores. Like, you got
I feel
1.5.
a theme going on.
She is so far ahead at this point, it's not even funny.
That's about it. I mean, yes, flex. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm awesome.
Then we got StarCraft. Wicked, you said they weren't even going to talk about it.
Yeah, and this is where I think this is rigged, because I didn't even give an answer, and I'm not getting any points. So
They did talk about it, thus you were wrong. I couldn't give you points.
rigged. Whatever. So rigged.
I'm sorry. Incorrect. Allie,
Hey, no, I didn't actually. Before you go on, what were my exact words? I said
they're not going to talk
StarCraft
about
is a
it.
game.
Yeah.
No, I said StarCraft is a game, and I'm very happy for it.
Yes.
You were
Neither
so
one.
nice.
Neither one of those actually reflects any sort of prediction. You stated a fact. It is a game, and you're happy for it.
It was. It is.
But they did talk about it, which made your
Oh.
no. They're not talking about it.
Oh.
Well, I just said that now.
Yeah.
Go on.
So you got no grapes on this category. Allie, you said that they love StarCraft, or that they would say they love StarCraft, and something is in the works. I watched every StarCraft panel. Not including the esports, no one actually said we love StarCraft. Nor did they say we have something in the works.
Right.
See, I should get points because I didn't make you watch anything for that. For my answer.
I am not John Jagger. So that's not going to work on me. I'm sorry. And then we come...
Ben.
Yeah. So neither one of you got any points for StarCraft. Understandable, neither one of you play StarCraft.
Sure.
So it's fair that you would... Then we come to me. I said there was going to be a new co-op commander, and I even said it's probably going to be a Protoss. But I didn't name a character because I had no idea. Because honestly, I had no idea who they had left because I haven't actually logged into StarCraft in a while. And then I said we might even get a Deep Mind update. I nailed that. A new Protoss co-op commander and Deep Mind update. This is one of those spots, and I was not the only one I got this for. Because of the exactness, I gave myself an extra point. Because I was accurate to a T. Which is why whenever Allie's opening ceremonies thing came up, I said I'll give her the extra point. Actually, you know what? I'm going to give her the extra point because she's already ahead there anyway. And I have it set up that it does math for me.
It's not going to matter in a minute, Wicked. Don't worry about it.
All right, so then we're moving on. Heroes had its stuff.
Woo!
I'm excited about Orphea.
Oh, she's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm presuming you spent a lot of time at the Heroes panels and esports, Wicked.
Yes.
Did they mention mines anywhere?
No, not that I remember.
Are you sure?
I don't. No.
Sure?
I'm not positive because like I said, I was there live, so I didn't see every single. Did I see every panel? I'm pretty sure.
There was,
in any case,
one passing comment in a panel.
Oh crap! Who said it? What did they say?
I'd have to go back and look. There was one. Like I even highlighted it on my little sheet here. I put it in a little italic so I'd notice it. There was
but
one.
What did they say?
It was a passing comment. You said nothing about mines. There was one passing comment. It was a throwaway comment. That much I can remember. The exact words I can't. There was one comment, and that was it. So I didn't give you mines, but
did I say nothing about mines?
You said they will say
nothing. Did
nothing.
I say they weren't?
You said they will say nothing about mines.
We won't see. Okay, because
you use the word say, not see.
If you say so.
I listened to our show twice to make sure, and then I watch all these panels multiple times to make sure.
I believe you. I have not gone back and listened or whatever. But in any case, go ahead. I trust you.
Yeah. So they announced Orphea. So you got points there. You said you said technically new roles, but because there's more than just the 3, some of them are new. So you got credit for that too. There was no Deathwing skin, no Lady Vosh, no Leroy Jenkins.
Well, technically they are new because a lot of the characters were reclassified.
I gave you credit.
Yeah. But it shouldn't be technical credit.
She wants legit credit, man.
Fine, you have legit credit. You got the points either way. It doesn't matter. So you have 2 grapes in this category.
Grapes.
Allie?
Great.
This is what happens when you make predictions for what you want to see happen. And then you fail.
Yeah. So you said there'd be a new a PvE, just like the 2 Braxis maps that we had. Only it'd be permanent and Diablo related. Well, it would be it would be awesome to see, and they didn't say anything about it. It was not mentioned at all.
Thing.
You said there'd be 2 new heroes. They'd be from Diablo and StarCraft. Orphea is neither.
Oh.
So you got no points on that one.
Got no points. It's a shame.
Yep. And then we got to mine. I mentioned the roles. We're going to get screwed up. Changed, whatever. So I got credit for that. They did talk about the personal play rating thing and how it's been used in it. It's still working. It's fixed in the background and all that. I only gave myself partial credit for that because they didn't actually say fixed. They mentioned it, and it's been...
That's true.
And all that, so I didn't give myself full credit. New heroes announced via cinematic. Orphea was announced for the cinematic. They didn't say her name prior. And then I also said Orphea. While she didn't come in riding Deathwing's back, I did say her name, so I gave myself credit. So 2.5 grapes right there.
Cheating.
Are we arguing my points at all?
I'm good. Keep moving.
Wicked. Am I being fair overall for everybody?
For the audio only audience, she just scowled.
Yeah.
I'm like a cat.
I'm
not arguing. All I'm going to say is that when aren't the heroes announced via cinematic? But that's besides the point. Go on.
Well, they could have said her name first, and then I would have been wrong.
We also could have made a cop-out guess too, Wicked, and we didn't. So.
Yeah, there's that.
Cop-out? Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I did guess other heroes would be the announced heroes, but, whatever. Hearthstone!
At least the chat agreed.
They're allowed. I'm thinking about it logically. That wasn't... Anyway.
Oh, did you hear what he just said? He said we're not thinking logically. Must be our boobs getting in the way.
Well, maybe yours. I mean, we saw them earlier, so...
Technically, that was just you who saw them. I didn't see them because I was doing something else. So,
your loss.
My loss, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, moving on. Hearthstone. I'm going to start with me because I did terrible. I guessed we'd get a new lore cinematic, like back in the bar with the little girl. Didn't happen. I guessed a new expansion cinematic. Well, I did say pirate theme. That was wrong. We did get an expansion cinematic. I guessed they'd show us how many expansions were going to be for the year, which I guess would be 3. That didn't happen either. I also guessed 13 cards. Nope. Wasn't 13.
How many cards was it?
At BlizzCon itself, there was 16 cards shown.
Yeah, that's what I see here. But so then why wouldn't you get credit for 13?
Because it was wrong.
But still, it was close.
Don't give him any more.
Wait.
That's true.
It was 20 cards as of the end of BlizzCon. That I didn't update the thing. Because I see... Because I'm looking at someone else's score, and I gave them half a point because they were really close.
Okay, so then that's fine.
Okay, so
I was
it was
gonna
actually
say,
20.
are we
13.
doing like Price is Right rules or
no?
I don't like Price is Right. Like when you do
$1.
Like this has nothing to do with this, but like
$1.
Where it's like closest without going over. I don't like that. I like the guessing where it's whoever comes closest in general. Because like whether you go over or you're under, like just because it feels like that person got it more right. Yeah. But anyway, go on. Sorry.
And to address chat room. It was still wrong. Yes, they did 13 and then some, but someone was actually closer, so they got partial credit and not me. Wicked, you also guessed 13 cards. I can't imagine why the number 13 was in so many of your answers.
Mm-hmm.
But you did guess a troll expansion, which was right. So yes, 1 grape, an aggressive grape.
I feel like she should get 2 grapes for that because she was dead on that.
All right, I'll give her the extra point.
I got your back, Wicked. So you can buy Wicked and you get Wicked.
I'm a Wicked.
Yeah.
You're
Alright.
Yeah.
So those were your 2 predictions. Allie, you had a couple different predictions. I'm going to go in reverse order. You guessed a new expansion, which was Wintervale. I almost gave you credit for the new expansion.
Yeah, I bombed that one.
However, we all guessed new expansion, and I only give credit for it being right, but in my case, I had the word cinematic.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm going to take my half. I'm going to take my half point away because I didn't give you credit for new expansion.
I'm getting closer.
I took my points away in this category because of this. Now that I'm looking at it again, which means I actually need to change the color scheme, but we'll deal with that later. You guessed an epic mode versus the innkeeper. Yeah, I can do that later. right before I hit delete.
Yes. Perfect.
But anyway, you guessed an epic mode against the innkeeper. Nope. There might be some sort of an epic mode, but it's not going to be against the innkeeper. So no points there. But you guessed 21 cards, and I gave you half credit for that because it was really close. You were 1 card off.
Close.
So I give you partial credit. So for this category, Wicked, you had 2. Allie has a half, and I took away my half. I have 0.
Oh,
I know. It's not the first time we've had zeros. I scrolled away. Now, okay, I'm at Overwatch. Allie. What we got was a McCree cinematic and a new DPS hero, Ash, plus her bodyguard, Bob. We're not going to ask what Bob stands for, because with these 2, I already know where that conversation is going.
We are sweet and innocent, so I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the perv.
Anyway, moving on. I'm the one moving on. Allie, you guessed a PvE mode. As in like a campaign type style thing. Nope. You guessed 2 new heroes, a support and a DPS. I give you partial credit because you did say and a DPS. So you had a DPS, you just didn't get the support. So you got half credit.
Should be like a quarter credit. I feel like half is too generous. I just need like a quarter of a grape.
No, you're going to get a half. I'm trying to keep it as even and fair. Like it was half credit or no credit. Wicked. I don't know how we would do a Battle Royale game mode in Overwatch. But you guessed we'd get one.
I'm not a game developer.
That's fair. You guessed we'd get one. Well, at least for now, we're not. And you guessed a new support hero. If you would have just said new hero, you would have got credit. But you said support.
And I don't think I would... and I would argue that by saying new hero, I shouldn't get a full point for that. Because that's just... Like, I could say that about anything and be right. Like, that's such a general...
There wasn't a new hero in Hearthstone. We didn't get another... Yeah. It would be a class in that case, but...
But that would not be, like... That would be, that would be like we're getting new cards. If I said there were going to be a new hero in Hearthstone, it would be like, yeah, there's going to be some new cards. Like, that's not...
Which is why
we guessed the number.
Which is why I asked for numbers. In this case, you guessed a support hero and not a DPS hero. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't apologize.
I'm just saying.
Not even a half? Not even a half?
No.
All right.
No.
All right.
I'm too generous. It's fine.
Yeah. So then we come to mine. I did a little better than Wicked did. I actually got points, or grapes, in this category. I said we'd get a reveal cinematic for the new DPS hero. While it wasn't about her, technically, it was a cinematic for the new DPS hero. Because then we also got the gameplay one and the backstory one, so I could have actually given myself extra credit. I said the cinematic we'd get a cinematic for Mercy. No, I got some of the letters right in the wrong order. I also said there'd be no Darren DePaul screaming candy. While it happened at community night, he walked out screaming candy.
Yep.
I was just like, crap. And then I said they were going to announce a new archive like Uprising and Retribution, which was wrong. So I got one whole grape, Allie got a half, and Wicked didn't get any.
I still think Wicked should have half.
It was the whole
People always want to give me grapes.
It was the support thing that got it. If there was...
Yeah. Move on.
Moving on. WoW Classic. I'm going to save everyone all kinds of time here. No one got points.
Nope. I was like a whole year out.
The closest anyone got was actually Wicked, who said out for patch 8.2. And the only reason I say this is because we don't actually know when 8.2 is coming out. So...
I got half a point.
I give you no points because we don't know. I will retroactively give you that half point. After I delete the sheet, I'll give you that half point. It's not going to make any difference whatsoever, but I will give you that half point. So then we're going to...
Mine were jokes.
I know. So now we go to the actual live game, BFA, etc., and so forth. Wicked, how are those Tortolling coming?
Shut up.
I like the idea of having a Tortollan. I just don't see it happening because of
I'd play the heck out of that.
Yeah, it'd be.
I just want to point out
your movement speed is auto walk, and that's it.
If I played Warcraft, I probably would have a better idea of what could be coming.
It's fine.
But I like turtles. Am I a meme now? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Great. No one clip that.
No. I think someone should clip it.
I'm going to go to mine next. I said we'd get a date for 8.1, which would be either the 13th, which would be this Tuesday, or the 20th, which would be next. Guess what? That was wrong. It's not coming till next month. I did say Najatar specifically, so I gave myself credit for Najatar. We'd get a little about 8.2. We got a little bit. I mean, a little bit of 1.5 and 2.5 also. But they did confirm we are going to fight Queen Ashara. So I give myself credit for that. They didn't say kill or not. I gave myself half credit for Ashara. So I got 2.5 grapes for this category. Even though I was perfectly right, they didn't mention do we kill her or not, so I only give myself half credit. Allie! You said they were going to talk about 8.1. Not a peep.
Nope. I mean, 1.5.
1.5.
8.1.
Just that slight little difference. A general direction for 8.2. Well, they talked about Najatar, which is going to be 8.2. And you also mentioned the new Worgen model would be shown off. I didn't believe that would happen. We also got goblins, by the way, which, whatever. But you guessed Worgen, so you got 2 points. Because they didn't mention when we're going to get the Coltarian. They didn't announce Volpera or the Pet Battle Mobile, which would be the actual mobile game people would cheer for. So you got 2. Because you were accurate in your 2 things.
I like it. It's good. Thank you.
So we're going to do esports next.
Thank you, Theory.
Just do mine first, say I got no points, and move on.
All right, so...
You know what? Just say for both of us that we both got it all wrong. Do not mention it. I don't want to even talk about Dignitas. I don't want to talk about it. Oh my God, I was standing there. I almost cried.
Wants to talk about it.
I cried. Oh my God, you don't know what it feels like, man. It was just like, we're there and we've lost 2 games and we just have to win this game. And, we still have to win 2 games after that. But we're doing it. We're running. We got it. We're doing so good. We got their core. We go for the core. Why are you going for the core? You're not going to make it. Oh, you almost got it down. Oh my God. Okay. Back off. Now they're going to go for our core. But we're up. We're up, right? We're back up. We can do this. We can get them. Yes. Oh my God. Oh, shit. That's me. That was it. It was like, we can do this. Oh, okay.
I'm glad you don't want to talk about it.
And then everyone left. It was the saddest moment of my life. I wanted to cry. I may have cried a little bit.
You're killing me, Wicked. That was a wonderful, dramatic retelling.
And I know I don't get any points, but I'm going to say that
can we
that
give
was
her
a
half
bold
point
prediction.
for her passion?
It was a bold prediction, and they did go the farthest. They were almost undefeated in all of this season, and in the finals and everything, they were like almost unstoppable, basically. Like, how many games did they actually lose? And then they go up against them, and it was ridiculous. But I believe that they got close. Well, they did. They got closer to anybody.
I mean, if you want to get technical, Liquid got closer. Because they almost beat Genji. Or however they're said.
Genji.
And then it would have been Liquid versus Dignitas, and Dignitas would have raffle stomped them. That's understandable. But still, moving on, I don't want to say I told you so, but...
No, don't be racist.
I'm not being racist.
Yeah.
Okay, so...
Go Korean.
No, well, I mean, that was the reason why I picked a lot of the ones I picked, honestly, but... Anyway, Allie, you came through, you listed a whole lot of names because you went with this name sounds cool, or you just picked a random country.
That's why I said 0. Just move on.
Yeah, same thing. I didn't actually care who I chose. I just picked Dignitas.
So I want to explain my points. If you guys want to argue how I did it, I'm going to let you. WoW Arena, Method Orange, guess what? They won. 1 point. HGC, Genji, 1 point. Overwatch, Korea, 1 point. That's 3. Hearthstone, I was off, like, just wrong. MDI, wrong. I did have Free Marcy in the finals. However, I said they were going to lose. StarCraft, Serral versus Stats, I was right. 4-2, I was right. It just happened that it was Serral winning and not Stats. I gave myself half a credit because I had everything right except for the name of the person. The 2 people there, the score, I thought that was enough to warrant half a point.
Yeah.
And Wicked's like, whatever. So, there you go.
I'm spent.
Yep. And now we went for anything else. I'm going to start with me. They did not reveal all the Overwatch team names and colors and all that, which I was actually shocked at. There was no Diablo 4. There was no Diablo in Super Smash Bros. However, while it wasn't called Remaster, Warcraft 3 is getting a remaster treatment like StarCraft did. I gave myself a point. Wicked. Murlocs, you'll know it when you see it. I am not counting, much like John Jagger did not count, the Murloc Parade. I am not counting that. We knew about that ahead of time. That being said, Murky got picked in HGC. There was Murlocs in like half the panels. I gave you credit. I gave you a full point.
There's even an in-game goodie that we got. The costume thing. Right? Am I wrong about that?
That you were wrong about that. That was years ago.
Didn't we get like a digital goodie?
Nothing to do with Murlocs.
Okay, maybe I'm losing it. I swear I just read that.
That was a while ago. It happened a couple years ago. There was Murlocs. Usually they do give you Murlocs something or other, but this year they didn't.
Oh.
Allie.
Thank you.
You said Warcraft 3 on Switch. Not announced. You said new IP. While Diablo is not technically a new IP, it is a new game. I give you half credit. That was probably my most generous of the half credits that I threw out there. So, all in all, we have 1 winner, 1 second place, and 1 third place. I know you guys were teasing me about it being rigged, given that you saw the totals ahead of time. Because they had access to the sheet that I was using. I tried everything I could to change the outcome. I really did. It just didn't line up that way. Third place with less points than Fist on from lagging balls on Azeroth Roundtable last year.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Yeah, this is a different point
Different
system.
scoring.
Different point system.
Different scoring.
Different point system. We all
Rose.
okay. So
Rose scoring is intricate.
it was intricate. He had negative points.
Yes,
We
we did
didn't.
math. I'm like,
We did not have negative points. We all would have been in the negative if I did negative points.
Yep. Would have been bad.
This year was a year, yeah. So Wicked.
It was a year, indeed.
Yes. Wicked, you had 7 points with my scoring system, which is different than theirs. 7 grapes, I should call it that, to keep the joke going. Which is not bad, overall. I mean, it's not great, but, you know, it's a thing.
not great, but it's great.
It's grape. I should have used different grape colors instead of what I used for the coloring system. Allie, had you not seen the sheet, who would you say would be winning between the 3 of us? Because we now know Wicked is not the winner. She got
So
third
the 2
place
of
with
you.
7. But if you hadn't seen the sheet, who would you have guessed had won prior to...
I still would have guessed you because my guesses were not logical in many things because many times it just was what I wanted. And I knew, for example, as much as I adore Wicked, she doesn't play WoW. Like me, she doesn't play StarCraft. So, like, I knew, like, she was kind of, you know, a little handicapped with that. So,
Handy capable.
yes.
But she does watch a lot of esports. She technically could
Which is
have...
true. I was fully expecting her to stop me in esports.
I watched one thing. I only watch HGC. And
Which
I
is-
wasn't going to go against my
That's more
team.
than me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you could have gone against your team
I
and
was
be like,
never going to go.
I will
I
say,
believe they could do it.
I will say this. I wanted to be wrong on my prediction. I wanted not them to win. I didn't want Genji, however you say him, to win. I was rooting for Dignitas to win. That being said, I didn't think it was going to happen. Outside of 2015, the first year when they couldn't get over here because of whatever reason, it's been Korea. Same with StarCraft. Up until this year, no non-Korean has ever won BlizzCon. I was rooting for Cyril to win, despite the fact that I predicted him to lose. Just how it is. I will say, however, I was not rooting for Team Canada to go anywhere in the Overwatch League simply because of one player. But we'll move on from there. Wicked, who did you think was going to win?
I figured it would be you.
Did you think I would cheat?
Did I think you would cheat? No.
Do you now think I cheated?
She did word that a little weirdly.
Well, no, because you said, "Did you think I would cheat?" Like I. Bleh. No.
Okay, so prior to the scoring
I
system,
figured-
you thought I would be honest, and you still continue to believe I have been honest.
Probably, but I think the more to the point is I've known you for years, and we watched the other show that shall remain nameless that we're not copying off of, and you're always very plugged into these kinds of things, just like Ben and John. So I know you're more, like you're in that mindset to begin with. So I figured you would do better than me, and I didn't know how well Allie. Yeah. Oh my God, I thought I said your name wrong.
No, you had it right.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm like. Oh shit. But and I didn't know how well Allie would do because I don't, know or have. So it's not that I thought you would cheat. I just figured you'd win anyway. But the end.
Allie,
The end.
do you believe it was 100% honest start to finish? In terms of
everything, yeah,
including how I scored.
You talked to me
things?
a lot about it. I felt it was fair.
Wait, did you cheat?
No, I did not cheat.
Okay, good. See?
In fact, as I said before, I bounced things off of her. Like, do you think this counts as credit?
No, I think that's fine. It's not like we had, like nobody's going and running down the street topless or nothing for
Well, that was
getting
pre-show, but it wasn't down the street, and the stream wasn't actually able to see it.
Like, I'm not doing an all clean podcast.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
So anyway,
Look at Theory chat from
yeah,
Shade.
he thinks I cheat, and I don't. It would, to me, honestly, if I cheated, it wouldn't be worth anything. I mean, it's still not, but it's just one of those things. Like this just means that next year I have to do this again. Only I have to find more people so that I don't have to compete again. One of those kind of things. So, why would I cheat for that? It's more fun to participate than having to do the research and spend the extra hours watching Hearthstone garbage that you don't care about.
How do you really feel about Hearthstone?
Do you hate it?
I don't.
Do you want it to die?
No, it's fine. I just don't care about it.
Do you want to stab it with a fork? Like a little fork?
No, it won't do any
Like
good.
fork?
It's digital, so it's not going to do any good. Anyway.
You're digital.
No, well, sometimes. Anyway, so Wicked, you had 7. Allie, you had silver. Wicked got the bronze grape. Allie, you got the silver grape with 2 points more at 9. Like I said, I tried to get you guys more points. Honestly, it was esports and WoW Live that is pretty much. I mean, I got a couple other things here and there, but StarCraft was the other one. Those 3. I was the only one who got points in those 3. Well, Allie, you got 2, but WoW Live. But yeah,
it's what I get for voting with my heart.
I know. You got to use your head for that. So I won. I'm sorry to say. I tried. But
don't say you tried. Just,
I wanted,
it is what it is.
So I guessed wanting to win, but I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, we're gonna get we're gonna get to play as fish, like we're gonna be shark people. I'm not gonna guess something like that in WoW. I think I would love to play as a shark person in WoW. Just the main attack would be biting people's heads off. Okay, fine, I'll take that. But I'm not going to say that unless there's a reason to think it's going to happen. So, I got the gold, 15.5 points total. 9 points, 7 points. And all that means...
Stop throwing your points around.
Grapes. I'm sorry, grapes.
But stop saying it. You're like, 9, 7...
I'm just
15.
saying now that means I have to do this again next year. I have to have at least 3 people on the show to do the predictions. That way I have... Because I can't be on it again, because I'm now officially the king, the emperor, however you... You know what? They're the king over there. I'm the freaking emperor. Screw being king. So, yeah.
See, now you have to change the name of your show, though, because you did not fail epically. But you won, though, so...
Yeah, like, here's my thing. I think you did this all backwards. Or should I say you should have done it all backwards? Because I think that instead of completely going with, like, who did the best predictions and that's who wins, this should have been who loses the worst, but actually tries.
And apparently I was muted the last couple times that I was talking, so I still failed. But you know,
I mean, Wicked's got a point, though. I mean, this is the Epic Fail podcast. So maybe Wicked actually won.
Here's the reason why I can't do that. Everyone would win. You are if you set it up to be like, okay, what's the most outrageous thing you can think of? You will name off so many things, and it's going to literally be who names off the most stuff. That's who would win, is who names the most. That's why you can't do wrong answers as points.
Not necessarily wrong, but...
Most out there?
You gotta actually, like, try. Well, you could have done it the first year, because then no one would have known, but now you're setting a precedent.
Yeah, I want it to be right answers. I'll probably do scoring a little different next year, and I already know that I'm going to start a quote-unquote political ad campaign to get on Azeroth Roundtable next year. I will be starting this in June or July, I don't know which, where it'll be like a WoW character campaigning for me.
Continue to follow us as we see how long it takes Draven to get blocked from everyone.
Oh!
Probably.
He's like,
Burn!
It'll probably be like one every month or something like that. Just something silly. I'm not going to go like, I'm going to retweet this 37 times every day, tweet it at them or anything. No, that's not going to happen.
So should our next prediction be when the hate mail from John starts?
Because I use grapes?
Because you're going to bug them for the next year?
No, I'm not going to bug them for the next year. I'm going to start in June or
June,
July. So it's only
God.
half a year.
So not full year.
Yeah, it's only been
Not
like half
full
a year.
just like 6 months.
Yeah.
Just 6 months.
Just 6 months of
That's
torture.
all.
But like 4 or 5 months, but yeah. And it's not going to be like every day thing or anything like that. It's just going to be a silly. It's meant to be silly, but
Campaign.
yeah, it's like, hey, get me on there. I'm almost sometimes decent at it. Speaking of decent at predictions, I'm going to do a shout out to Ro. He did his stuff for predictions, and I won the random drawing, which I mentioned before. And then I got second place on
Axe.
accurate prediction.
Axe.
So my shout out goes to Ro.
Go Ro.
It was awesome, so I won't deny that.
Yeah. I had nothing to. I didn't even know there was a prize, to be honest. I just entered it because it was fun. I paid no attention to a prize, and he contacted me and said, "Hey, you won." I was like, "What?"
You won a prize.
All right, so
That should be a bumper. That was good, Wicked.
And I have a sore throat. I'm going to try to do that. I'm going to make bumpers for people.
You should.
Seems like a plan.
all right. Do we have anything else we want to talk about? Or since I did my shout out, do we want to just go ahead and start the rest of the shout outs and stuff like that?
I want to give a shout out to. Can I do like 2 different shout outs?
You can do as many as you want.
Oh, thank you.
It's my show now.
The Emperor says yes. You are allowed 2 shout outs.
Wicked's claiming possession of your show, so
I can mute her, so that's fine.
You wouldn't mute this.
Well, can't make that comment. You're allowed 2 shout outs, yes.
Okay then. I'm gonna move on from that. I want to give a shout out to everyone at Blizzard for putting on BlizzCon. The effort that must go into that, especially then to turn around and have so many people be so toxic about it, like that's a lot. And if you follow their Twitters, like as they're getting ready for it, like that's a lot. So shout out to them. Hopefully I get to go next year and meet some of them. And then shout out to Twitter for doing a purge of bots and inactive accounts, because my podcast Twitter finally got the full podcast name thanks to them purging inactive accounts. So I'm very happy.
Yay!
That's random, but I'm too happy and I don't care, so I'm putting it out there.
Plus, you have to
having.
plug your show, and that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, but we're not there yet.
Go for it.
Well, yeah.
Hey, so you can find my show on Twitter officially now at Dungeon Fables, plural this time. It was like super late last night. I couldn't sleep, and I was like trying it out, and I'm like, oh my god, I got it. So yes, and you can also find it at www.dungeonfables.com, and you can find me on Twitter at @AliandrersK.
I love that you just randomly will be like, I wonder if it works yet. And
well, no, because someone, actually I think it was Scott Johnson, who tweeted that he lost like a whole bunch of followers and he wasn't quite sure why, and someone else responded that Twitter did that purge, and I'm like, oh, they purged inactive accounts. And then I was like, oh my god, they purged inactive accounts, can I get it? And then I got it, and I was very happy. It's a highlight of my weekend besides this show.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Now I'm kind of sad that you don't you didn't just randomly, like, for like several months now. Can I get it? Can I get it? Can I get it?
I have been randomly doing it for several months now. I just haven't done it in the last couple weeks.
I'm happy
because I gave up all hope, and then Twitter was like, "No, here you go," and now I have it.
Okay, I'm happy again.
Moving on.
Wicked. Any shout outs / how to contact you on the internet and all that fun stuff?
Well, since Allie thanks Blizzard, I guess, thank you, Blizzard, for putting on an amazing show. I had a wonderful time at your lovely, lovely con. Especially thank you to Lashes for everything. She made the time there even better. Shout out to Allie. It's always a pleasure podcasting with you.
Oh, thanks. We've done it really twice now, and it's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Like, you're really fun and Draven. So also, I would like to give a shout out to the Disneyland crew, all my friends that I get to hang out with throughout BlizzCon, and that we go to Disney every year. You guys are my family, and I hope to see more of you this year. And you're not watching this, but still, I love you anyway. You can find me streaming Heroes of the Storm and sometimes Hearthstone Arena at twitch.tv/wickedkitten13. And that show, America's Next Top Podcast, or whatever it's called, that should be starting in the coming weeks. So you should check it out.
I can't wait.
And
so excited for you.
Yeah, I'm scared. So if you want to find out more about that, I guess follow me on Twitter at wickedkitten13, and we'll see. I'll let you know when stuff happens, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. I already did one shout out to Ro. Shout out, you guys both did to Blizzard for BlizzCon. I didn't get to go, but I had fun watching most of it. I mean, that's oversimplifying it, but again, I had fun watching most of it. Special shout out to you guys for agreeing to this madness. That was totally
madness,
original idea.
Well, thank you for having us on. Your very original idea.
No one's ever thought of this before.
Never.
Nope. Never, not once. But again, thanks for being on. I may or may not ask you guys to be back, if for nothing else, comedic support.
That we can do. We can do that.
Hey!
I said we're funny. Shut up.
Not you, him.
I was literally intending because you guys are funny. I was not making fun of any point totals.
Mm-hmm. Funny, huh? Like a clown funny?
From my point of view, clowns are funny, yes.
Oh, I just creeped myself out.
See what I mean? You're funny.
I just watched the It movie. I'm just like, why? Why did I watch that?
Down here.
Oh. I'm not going to make any comments. I am not talking about any comments on the movie itself. But Wicked, I know your feelings on clowns. Why would you do that to yourself?
Because clowns are creepy and I like horror movies. I like to be scared.
Alright, well. Chat made a comment. I saw the comment. I was about ready to say the same thing. And I was like, I should probably be a little nice. I did pick on her a little bit. So I won't say it.
That's my best friend in chat, by the way, telling everyone to send me clown pictures.
Oh, hello,
just
best
pointing
friend.
that out. Yeah.
And I'm pointing out that I
real
did
friendship
not.
Right there. Well done.
I was purposefully not saying to send them to you to be nice. And what happens? She just is like, oh, that's my best friend telling everyone to do that.
It's good.
So, yeah, okay. As for getting a hold of me, over on Twitter, at Draven Dresden. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/epicfailpodcast. bit.ly/epicfail Discord is our Discord link. If you want to show up there, if you want to donate, that's what the Patreon's for. $1, $2. Again, I will look at you like you're crazy, which may or may not be true depending on if you donate or not. But I will still say thank you because it means a lot. And I keep saying this, but one day I will explain why. Why it means as much as it does beyond the holy crap, someone actually is giving money for this train wreck. But yeah, that's a story for another time. Eventually, I will get into that.
My God, did you just pull a Johnson?
No.
Yeah, you kind of did.
No.
Well,
Anyway.
Here's the thing, but I'm not going to tell you.
I've
You're
been
gonna
doing.
have to check it out later.
I've been doing that I have been mentioning that specific story for a while, and it's just it'll be the right time when it's the right time. It's just not yet. Mm-hmm. But anyway, intro music from bensound.com, license under attribution 3.0, aka give them credit. You can use it for free. Yay. Oh, before I forget, I have one last shout out, and that's going to be to Torrent Think Tank. They just announced that they're ending the show at episode 300. Which I missed because I was dog sitting for my mom, and then they announced it while I was driving, and there's no cell service, so I couldn't watch on the phone, which I missed it. I had to go back and find it. So, yeah.
It's going to be real sad.
Big deal.
I have plans. Wicked, you probably know what those plans are.
Yes. It's, yeah. You know, if it wasn't for that show, I wouldn't be here right now, technically speaking. You're like, well, where are you?
See, I went completely in a darker place. I was like, wow. That's not the first time I've heard that.
I've never written them a letter or anything. I just mean that when I went to Nerdtacular, it was Jay and Marconin and Jules that I met, and they befriended me, and introduced me to this Blizzard world.
Yeah.
So I kind of yeah. Always remember that.
My brain went way darker than that. I was like, that's not the first time I've heard that in regards to Torrent Think Tank. So
yeah.
So yeah. With that, I suppose that will be the end of the show. Do we have any last words for the show, I mean?
It was an epic fail fun time of a prediction show.
I actually won.